We started off about 8 years ago. I designed and built instruments for checking aluminum cylinders for cracks in the threaded area. At the time, we were outsourcing a lot of machining to other companies, and we kept running into issues with lead times, quality control, and things like that. So we decided that it was time for us to get our own machines and bring all of the production in-house. We got Herco VM1 CNC milling machine, and we got a Herco TMM10 turning center. And we've been, over the last 3 years, we've sort of been transitioning more into a job shop. But then we still make our own parts, but we do a lot of work for other customers now. I've been using SolidCAM for about 2 years, and when it was time to choose a CAM program, I looked at several options, and program that ran within SolidWorks made the most sense to me because I was very familiar with SolidWorks. We looked at a few options, and by far SolidCAM made the most sense to me. And having the iMachining feature, which is really amazing feature, was just that's what sold it for me. iMachining, there's a specific set of parts, although we actually end up using it in almost every part now. We make these large molds for vacuum forming of plastic panels, and those they're fairly large in size. There could be about 4 feet by 2 feet, sometimes a little smaller, and they start off as a very large aluminum block, and we need to machine off almost half of it. We need to rough out almost half of the part. I can do that in 1 or 2 operations in SolidCAM using iMachining 3D. You just tell it what you're starting with, and you give it the resulting model, and you create a 3D iMachining operation, and that's your roughing right there. That's it. It's done. So that's a huge time saver, especially for complicated parts. It's just an incredible feature. Yeah, the simulation is amazing. That is so important, especially for some parts that we do where we get part that's been partially machined by a customer, has some custom processes applied to it, where we just cannot afford to mess it up in no way, shape, or form. We do extensive simulation, and we can make sure we don't actually damage the part or anything like that. This is a part for a lab instrument. It's fairly complicated. It has lots of little features, small holes that go all the way down and connect to barb fittings on this side. Also has some 3D features. These areas are curved. They have fillets on the side and the curved areas. So we're going to be machining this today out of Ultim, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to run simulation and see what the part will look like once it's machined. So I'm going to do solid simulation, and I'm going to start running it. And what we do is basically take a little at a time, because the part, it's plastic and it's very flexible. So we take, we sort of do it in layers. So right now it's doing 3D machining, surfacing those curved areas. Now it's doing the individual tips, and that's pretty much it for the first operation. Now it's doing the back, front, and this is the last operation, which is the barbs. We've been very happy with SolidCAM support. If I have any immediate questions, I call, and somebody always answers. If it's something that's not as urgent, there are 2 guys that at SolidCAM Tech Support that I can email, and they usually have an answer within minutes. Our post-processor came out great. There's one change we wanted to be made, and it was done quickly, and everything's working correctly now. If I have any questions about right strategy to use for certain area, Those guys have been very helpful as far as letting me know, what's the best way to do a particular area on the part, especially since sometimes we do very complex 3D shapes. In general, we've been extremely happy with SolidCAM support. Yeah, in summary, we're very happy with SolidCAM. We're very happy with the way it integrates into SolidWorks, simulation, and we're looking forward to adding other modules that are available for SolidCAM, for example, the turning module. So we're really looking forward to growing our company, and SolidCAM will be a big part of it.